Hello everyone, I am Mrs. Lisa M. Saison and I will be your classroom advisor for the school year 2021-2022. Before we are going to explore our lesson for this year, or before we will begin, let's have the following learning guidelines to follow as we have our partnership in learning. So me as your teacher and advisor as well, and you as our learners. So first, please use your complete name when signing in to our GC and other online platforms for ease and identification. So it's a request from me and from your other teachers nga if mahimo, so ang ato ang complete name ang atong gamiton sa Facebook nga account as well as in Messenger. And in case of loss sa ato ang mga Messenger or like na-hack or naunsa ka ha nga itong mga accounts, kindly inform us directly para nga malikaya nato nga wala mo na inform by the updates, announcements, and other nga mga reminders pertaining to our learning process. So number 2, follow the given class schedule and daily assigned tasks. So along with the inside the HLP or ato ang home learning packs naagi butang didto ang ato ang class schedule. You may choose to follow the given schedule para nga mas if kanang inyong ganahan nga pamaagi to organize your activity and how are you going to accomplish that, or pwede pod you can have it as anytime nga comfortable sa inyo ha, as long as you're going to accomplish the task per week. So atong likayan nga natay mga backlog nga mga task kay adto na pud na nato magtapok kay ini ting grades na. So for your sake and our sake as well, so ato ang paningkamutan nga mahuman nato mga task on weekly basis. Number 3, our GCs are to be used only for classroom matters. Use separate group chat for informal and unofficial matters. So please be informed that in our GC, naakauban sa atoa ang ato ang principal si Ma'am Helen, ang ato ang assistant principal si Ma'am Irene, and as well as ang ato ang department head which is Ma'am Becky. So these people are with us to monitor also sa activity sa ato ang mga tagsa-tagsa ka GCs. That's why we are asking you to use the GC only for mga classroom matters. Kanang mga importante dapat ipangutana. So pag maulaw mo dito sa GC, natay mga pamaagi how to reach out the teachers directly. 4, pay attention to the instructions given by your subject teachers, like where to write or pass your answers, like sa quizbook ba, messenger ba, or paper baka ha, as well as other nga mga online nga mga sites like in Google Classroom and among the rest. And then also take note of the due date for each of this activity. Number 5, if you have questions regarding the lesson, feel free to ask your teacher via messenger or text message during office hours. So, inside your HLP, to ang inyo nga i-pick this week or the first nga HLP nga inyo nga i-pick, naagibutang na mo dito ang mga contact numbers, emails, and the messenger nga mga accounts sa inyo nga teacher. So, in case na mo'y mga pangutana, clarification, nga himuon, like, ma'am, wakay na ako nasabti ni sa video discussion, feel free to approach or to message directly sa mga teachers kung maulaw mo nga mahimo ana sa inyo nga GC. But take note ha, during office hours. So, sa last year, so na-experience na to na nga, tungang gabiin, ay mo text na to, so, kaya na ang dili unta na nato kuan nga mag-text tag ingon ana nga mga panahon. So office hours meaning during the time nga nag-work inyong mga teacher, because it's our priority po during that time to entertain those kind of mga inquiries tungod kay apil man na sa ato ang learning process. Okay? Then number 6, learning materials such as PowerPoint presentations, video discussions, task sheets are not to be shared to others. By others, I mean that other students outside our campus. So, dili na to basta-basta ihatag ang atong mga presentation, PowerPoint presentations, mga video discussions, atong mga answeranan to other people tungod kay property man ni siya sa atong school, which is the GOCC. 7. In submitting the weekly outputs, make sure that they have your name. Okay? Don't forget that. Oh, last year, halos magbulang kristal na lamang tag pang-guess anang inyuhang mga name. So, dilin taon may mananagna nga makahibaw mi o kinsa na ang mga outputs. And, considering nga dili ta kanunay mag-online, it's very difficult to wait for answers o kinsa ni nga mga agi. Eh napoy uban nga magkapareha pug agi, di ba? And make sure that they are compiled by subject. So dapat nakatipo na ang para sa Filipino, para sa Bible, para sa English, so dili magtipo-tipo. So they are compiled by subject para inig-segregate namo. Easier po na namo siya mahatag to the subject teachers. Failure to do so will result to very minimal point deduction to emphasize the need of doing this. Syempre, maglisod man mi ana paghimo if wala po na ninyo ginatuman. So, nay mga panahon nga pag dili na gani walay ngalan, so mayon na point deduction na pag mahibaw-an kinsa na nga papel. Hindi na lamang ang kuno no. But anyway, so sayang ang inyong gihaguan. Oh, so ang kunon jud ninyo kay bisag na deduction point man gihapon to siya. Maynusa na lamang kay wa man lagi nagkuan, wa man singa na ni nag-check daan sa ilang mga gipangpas, nagdinali-dali na tingali kay dugay himo. Okay. So, although we have limited face-to-face interaction during these times, but I hope that as we are going to have our learning activities throughout the school year, this school year 2021-2022, I hope that we will be partners. You are going to do your part, and of course, we will be doing our best for you. So, let's get this done together. And I hope nga kitang tanan pod ma-enjoy sa tanan nato mga buhaton throughout the year. That is to cater the learnings that we are going to, or that we are aiming to get. Welcome to Survival Quest in Grade 9 for the school year 2021-2022. In last 2 years, in Grade 7 and Grade 8, you have been studying the series of lesson called Character Quest. So, on these lessons, you study about different characters like love, faithfulness, honesty, integrity, respect, patience, self-control, and a lot more. And we know that these are very important to be developed in anyone's life in order to apply this also in our daily life. Now, in grade 9 and grade 10, we are going to enter into another series of lessons called Survival Quest. In Survival Quest, we will be studying life examples of people in the Bible, in which we can learn lessons from their lives, both the good examples that we are going to follow, as well as the bad examples that we have to learn from this. So, as we are going to enter into this series of lessons, so I welcome everyone on this lesson, and I hope that you're going to understand or get some lessons out from this, and of course, we can apply this together in our daily life. According to the author of this book, every circumstance can be your teacher towards spiritual maturity and successful living. So embrace life in enthusiasm as you grow up in Him. So this is the author tells us that This series of lessons could help us to embrace life with joy as we are going to develop ourselves for the one who creates us, the one who holds our life. So our life would not be worry-free, problem-free, but every circumstances or every circumstance that we encounter can be our teacher to grow in maturity, spiritual maturity, and to have a successful life. Our key verse for this chapter or introduction to the to survival quest is in Romans 8:37. It says, "Nay, in all these things we are more than conquerors through him that love us." So, the him here refers to somebody who is with us to make us more than conquerors in all the things that will happen in our life, or even those things that happened already and we are still holding on to them. So this hymn, we are going to learn who is this person that could make us conquerors, survivors, victors in everything that happens to our life. So with this, there are some terms to remember as we are going through this course of lessons. So first, a quest. So a quest is defined as a journey taken in pursuit of a special mission or a goal. So that is you are going to have some na journey, a trip, no? It's like a ride or um, o biyahe no or kanang unsay nga nani. So taken in pursuit of a special mission, you have something to accomplish, you have a goal to achieve, so that is a quest. Another thing is survival. So kaning silang duha no mao na itong title, survival quest. So when we say a survival, living through some dangerous event, not dying from life-threatening accident or illness, going on with life after a great embarrassment or disappointment, and a lot more. So, naigingon nga, survival of the fittest. Di ba mo na rule sa wild. So, when we say survival of the fittest, who is the strongest or who is stronger will survive na among those other nga mga species. For example, kung ang lion versus weaker nga mga animals like naman rabbit or deer or whatever nga mga smaller nga mga animals, so probably or not probably but according to science, the lion will survive kung naa siya magpuyo kauban nila because kadtong uban nga mga na-mentioned are just food to them, di ba? So nganong food kinahanglan man nga mukaon siya sa mga kauban niya nga mga animals so wild, it's because the lion has to survive. So whoever is stronger will survive. Itawag to survival of the fittest. So in life also, we need to, or we have a lot to survive on. So uban dangerous event. So ang uban na sila'y sakit or naka-undergo silang accident but they have not died from it. So naka-survive sila. Other call it a second chance or another nga life, no? So going on with life after a great embarrassment. So when we are embarrassed because dili man jud ta perfect, no? There are things nga mahimo nato nga dili ta proud or ma-disappoint ta kay wala, it does not go with what we expected. However, with all this going on in our life, after that we need to move on in life. So life goes on. So yun pa. So what is life, by the way? So this is one of the many questions no one can give an exact answer because every life is unique. My life is different from yours. and from everybody else. Others enjoy life. So, ang uban, grabe kayo mag-enjoy life, no? I am very fearful of heights. So, um, I do not have the guts like mga kanang dangerous nga mga acts like bungee jumping or unsa na mga zip line. But um, ang uban, it's their way of enjoying life to the edge, no? But kaya na there are a lot ways to enjoy life. Others give up on life, so that's why it's so sad to see others nga sila mismo ang kana na ang putol sa ilaha nga life, no? So kanang tawag na to og suicide. Tungod kay they find no meaning in life at all. Others don't care about life. So, bahala na si Batman. But for me, life is beautiful because I came to know the source of it and the only one who can give meaning to it. That whatever happens in my life, I have him with me and he has me in him. So, it's not problem-free, as I've said, not worry-free, or certainly not perfect. But it's all worth living until the end because of him who holds me. So it's not about me, unsay kaya na ho, but it's about him who he let me live. So in life, as I've said, at every stage in life, we can all encounter different forms of challenges. Some are everyday frustrations and trials. So kabantay mo anang maglutog noodles nga gutom na kaayo ka. So, feeling nimo ang noodles dugay kaayo na luto, no? So, ma-frustrate ka, ano maning noodles nga dugaya man maluto. In reality, ikaw lang yun ang gigutom. Pariha lang yun ang time frame nga maluto ang noodles. Pero ikaw lang yun ang na-frustrate kung gigutom na ka. So, those are mga gitawag to everyday frustrations. Things does not go exactly how you want it to be. So, that's why you are frustrated. Trials, you are tried in every day sa ato nga life. We are tried to decide or to make decisions, to react on criticisms, to react on some misunderstandings, conflicts. So those are mga challenges in life. Some are deep and personal. Nabantay ka ng time nga dili ko ganahan sa akong self. There are things I do not like about myself. And I guess that is true with everybody. Others do not like their figure, so that's why they aim to have a figure that is like the actress or actors they idolize in TV. Oh, so deep and personal. So others do not like their behavior. Ngani man, gusto man ta ko nga maging friends sa ilaha, mauwaw man ko. So I do not like me being shy. So deep and personal. So these are challenges. So I want to mingle with everybody but I cannot do it. So that is personal. Uban deep. They cannot express words. They cannot express themselves to other people. So these are challenges in life. Others or some are related to a stage in life and will change on their own, with their own time. So example, it's different when you are still a child and you become a teenager. And it's different as well when you move forward to being adult. So those stages in life is not easy as they or as we transition to another stage of life. And we cannot stop it because they change on their own with time. We have to grow. So these are challenges. So sa una sa bata pa ta, when we were still children, so we enjoy playing. But that is not the case when we grow old to teenager because we have to do some of the things our parents would like us to do at home because it is our training that when we get to adulthood or when we get to be adult, So we will be able to do these things already on our own. So they are training us to become independent. So it's different. And when we grow or when we become adult, we have to decide with ourselves. So it's different. And we cannot, it's a challenge, as an everyday challenge. And we cannot stop it because they are going to change on their own time. I mean, on their own with time. So we cannot stop it. So, wala man tingali ganahan nga ang tao, magpabilin ng bata, or ikaw gikan sa imuhang pagkatao hangtod didako ka gabitbit lang gyapon kag bibiron, no? So kaya na ang you have to change, and it is a challenge every now and then that we transition to every stage of life. Next, some are unexpected disastrous events that will change our lives forever. So example to that, our loved ones will pass away. So these are the things nga nag-change gid sa ato nga life forever. So there is we can never expect, di ba, pag naay mamatay dili man gyud ta makaandam sa ato nga kaugalingon. So it kinds of remains sa ato nga kaugalingon, and it's a challenge every day how we are going to react on it, accept it, and more importantly, how are we going to move on with life after that. So disastrous events, tragedy. So example, kung mamatyan ka, no, mao to siya, loss of loved ones, or baka na disgrasya ka, naputlan kag tiil. So it's not going to go away for after days, no. You are going to spend your life without one leg. So it changes your life forever. So that is a challenge, how you are going to survive on that matter. Now, these are what we call as mga challenges ma-encounter sa atong life, and dili kita makalikay ana everyone has to go through with all this throughout our life. So there is what we call as a stress. Ingon pa sa usa ka author, according to an author nga nga gi-consult sa Google, stress is a kind of pressure, force, or influence that moves us to action, either physically, emotionally, or mentally. Question is stress bad or good? So probably a lot of us or most of us will say, pag stress gani, negative yun na siya. So pag ingon nga stress, naman na stress should be kaadyo. So because we have a lot of assignments, projects, labi na karon mas stress gyud mo kay tibok adlaw kamo na lang maghimo sa inyong activities. Ma'am, na stress gyud mi kaayo. So kana siya nga stress, probably you will count it as negative, no? Basta mo yung tag ma-stress ta, makapoy ta. Or ma-spend ang ato nga, ma-drain ta with energy. However, not all stress are negative. There is what we call as a eustress. So, a eustress is the positive side, or positive kind of stress. So, this is the stress that force us to become a better person. When we say, na-stress ko sa project, so that means that you are, or the project work as it trained you to become a better person. So, nag-force na siya nimo, nag-motivate na nimo to work because you have something to pass on that deadline. Because after that, you will earn something for yourself. So, an achievement. Na-stress ka sa pag-eskwela, but after that, you have completed a degree that is a step closer to what you want to achieve in life. So, you stress. So, positive nga kind of stress. So, ingon pa, again, ang author nga sa Google nga gi-consult ani, stress is important because it brings meaning to our life. Life without any kind of stress will be lifeless and boring. Tinuod, no? stress can make life worthwhile. So, if life is without stress, so dili jud ka makaingon nga, yes, nahuman ako. Kay wala may stress ang life. So, it will be monotone. So, kana siya, magkuha na lang na siya. Unsa nga na ni? Kung may kang stress, stress-free ang imong nga life, as in, maurag yun na imong nga life every day. So, hayahay kaayo. So, wala kay achievement nga ma-feel after you do things because there is no stress. So, it makes life boring. Oh, or, yung pa kanino, lifeless yun. So, stress, needed na sa ato ang life. Yan pa sa, ang uban, mga lamas sa kinabuhi. Ang ato ang mga pagkaon without spices are bland. Or, di kay lami, no? Pag walay spices. So, ang life food without stress is bland as well. Boring, lifeless. So, we need spices and those are the stresses nga ma-feel or ma-encounter nato in life. That is why we have our survival quests. So, mauna ni ang meaning sa ato ang kaya na ang lesson, no? Throughout the year. Survival quest. Why do we need to survive? Survival quest is a life journey of learning to be more than a conqueror when faced with the normal ups and downs of life, as well as the times of great adversity. So, when we say adversity, dako-dako yun na nga challenges in life. So, there is a need to survive because it's the design of God for us. We need to be conquerors because He has given us the example to conquer, to be victorious, to survive, or to be a survivor with everything that we are going to take on life. So, it's a life journey. Take note ha, it's a life journey. Dili pwede nga dili na nga usa lang ka instance, but throughout our life, we're going to continue learning that matter. But balik ta sa ato ang key verse, in all these things, we are more than conquerors through Him that loved us. So, we are not alone on this battle to survive, but we have Him that loved us. There is a song that says, the greatest love of all is learning to love yourself. That's wrong. The greatest love of all is the love of Jesus Christ, because He has given us His life because He loves us so much. So, the one I knew that is the source of this life and that gives meaning to my life is Jesus. So, it is also, He is also the Him in our key verse that loved us. And through Him, we can be more than conquerors. So, I hope that for the following mga lessons sa ato ang survival quest, we are going to see Jesus bigger in our life, because that is what God wants us to develop as well. So, good morning, everyone.